The latest now on the conflict in the Middle East. Secretary of State Antony Blinken says the ceasefire agreement between Israel and Hamas should begin on Sunday as planned, despite the need for negotiators to tie up a, quote, loose end at the last minute. Israel's cabinet will meet tomorrow to vote on the three-phase plan. It would pause the fighting in Gaza and free the hostages in exchange for more aid and the release of thousands of Palestinian prisoners. U.S. officials say the remaining dispute is over some of the specific prisoners that Hamas wants released. So that still has to be ironed out. But again, they do plan on this going forward on Sunday as planned. Now, for the families of the hostages, their release has been a long time coming, 15 long months. They have been waiting for word that their loved ones are still alive. And that includes a Sarasota woman. Their son, her stepson rather, was captured by Hamas. As Fox 13's Kimberly Quizon tells us, she and her husband are anxiously waiting for the moment that he will be released.
For Gillian Kaye of Sarasota, a mix of emotions runs through her mind.
I can't even say cautiously optimistic right now. I felt that way, I think, yesterday, but today, tired, scared, and waiting.
Her stepson, Sagui Dekel-Chen, was captured by Hamas during the October 7, 2023 attack. A dual American and Israeli citizen, Sagui worked to protect his family as his wife and daughters hid in their home's safe room. After 15 months, not a day goes by without thinking of her stepson.
I can't really imagine what Sagui is going through. I mean, you know, the one group of hostages that came out a year ago, November, in the only hostage release, you know, we heard their stories of torture, starvation, rape, brutal conditions, and we did get, that was the only proof of life that we ever had for Sagui.
At that time, they learned Sagui was injured. After a draft agreement of a ceasefire was announced between Israel and Gaza, they soon learned Sagui should be in the first round of hostage releases. But then additional negotiations were announced.
He's a strong guy, period. And we always have to have hope, you know, that he's survived and he's okay and he's going to come back to us.
Gillian credits both the Biden administration and President-elect Trump.
There is no question in anyone's mind that amidst this total stall in negotiation, when President Trump came out and so forcefully said, all hell's going to break loose if you don't get this done, it jump-started this process, and we're eternally grateful.
When Sagui was captured, his wife was 7 months pregnant. Once he's reunited with his family, he'll finally meet his baby girl, who's now a year old. It's a moment Gillian and her husband long for.
This image of Sagui walking into a room or down a hallway, and his 3 little girls just running into his arms, and him just embracing them, and Avital, his wife, coming and embracing them, and seeing that, that's what we're waiting for. But we can't be there until we know that this is real.
In Sarasota, Kimberly Quizon, Fox 13 News.
Well, hopefully that vision is reality very soon. Kaye's husband will actually be in Washington this weekend. He and the families of the other American hostages being held by Hamas have all been invited to President-elect Trump's inauguration.